The saying goes, the more things change, the more they stay the same. The pandemic has changed a lot, but not the quality of the Oregon wine competition. The competition has remained a premier event, attracting some of the best Oregon wineries and world-class judges.
Our judges are one of our hallmarks in the Oregon Wine Experience competition. We actively recruit judges that are highly credentialed and also have international experience. We typically seat a master sommelier, a master wine, and a highly rated writer or wine educator at each panel. Therefore, it adds a significant value to the medal.
Across the country, and I live in two different parts of the country, Wisconsin and Florida, this event the competition is highly regarded. My peers, whether they are MWs, MSs, or journalists, it is an honor to be invited to this competition.
When we say the wine competition is top-notch, that can also mean it can be tough. Just ask the white wines in this year's competition.
With the whites, look, there were a lot of really nice wines that came across the table, but I mean, we were scoring these at a very high standard. The results are what they are. There were certainly a lot of nice whites. The reds did excel at a higher level.
Which red varietals stood out? Once again, the Rhones scored top marks.
The real standout was Syrah. And look, I'm a big Syrah fan, I've always been. What I find here is there's this like savory spice character to the wines. There's an elegance, there's weight, there's a lot of structure, but it's balanced. That's something you don't find in a lot of places.
The varieties that have stood out, honestly, I've always enjoyed Oregon Chardonnay, and I think that's been no surprise at all, actually, that those are doing really, really well and some really beautiful versions. I think the Rhone varieties in general are consistently overperforming at this point. I think Grenache and Syrah are just beautiful.
Some of the returning judges, and ones new to this competition, both say they found new techniques and new blends that they hadn't seen before.
I think one of the things that's kind of exciting though is to also start to see some of the evolution in winemaking techniques, things like the use of whole cluster, some wines where there's clearly a focus on really getting the structural components, especially the acidity of the wine, so that you have that real juicy, fresh quality to the wine.
And I'd say one of the things that was surprising are some of the blends. I think there's a lot of experimentation, sometimes successful, sometimes less successful, but I think always interesting and fun. It was fun to see some hybrid varieties. Hybrids are picking up steam in some of the super cold regions, and I guess I didn't appreciate some of the colder places in Oregon working with those.
While some of the judges were pretty familiar with Oregon wines, this time around they also got a chance to explore a little more.
From Chicago, and we see small examples of Southern Oregon for sure. Willamette Valley has a pretty good representation, but even being able to taste outside of producers that are in any individual's market has been amazing, and just the diversity, all these different ideas, different looks at classic grape varieties, and new ideas of some of the young kind of natural leaning producers. It's been really amazing.
This exploration not only helps them judge the wine, but also opens up possibilities for new professional recommendations.
I'm a big believer in being able to put two and two together as far as tasting and sense of place as well. And I was really able to do that on this trip. This let us know that there's so much more in the region to offer, and so much more to offer consumers and to talk about as well.
The Oregon Wine Competition is just the tip of the spear and the whole of the Oregon wine experience. The judges are happy to play their part in helping raise money for such a worthy cause.
It's actually brought my appreciation for what everything the Asante organization actually does. I'm actually more invested, even in the wine, yes, but the passion that this organization has, giving back to children and women and all the new hospital facilities that are being built. That's why I'm here. It makes me come back every single year, or as much as I can, because I support the cause.
I think the conclusion, though, belongs to Tonya, who sums it up best. If you see a wine you haven't tried yet, drink it.
Be open, be present, try everything. If it's there and it's on the shelf and it's in the region, it means that the winemaker has taken the time to research and study the region and the variety to see if it works. So give it a try.